Hi guys, you're welcome to today's series of knowing your history. Again, I'm not a historian. In fact, I'm an accidental history teacher, or better still, accidental storyteller. In today's episode, we'll be looking at how B.A.D or Barkin Abdullahi got its name. In my last video, I talked about Akwero Ekuje, which is Koron Kuje. And I told you that the three major communities in Koro Kuje chiefdom are Kefiwambai, Koro Kuje itself, and B.A.D. And I said I was going to make a video to tell you how the name B.A.D came about. And so, from the history books I read, right? And even if you ask some of the elderly Igon people today that are around that place or that knows the history of that place, they do not refer to that place as B.A.D. They refer to that place as Awonge. They refer to it as Awonge. So, a typical Igon man or a typical Igon woman, especially the elderly, refer to that place as Awonge, not B.A.D, not Barkin Abdullahi. But then again, that is one of the names that is more common or more rampant. So, they prefer to refer to it as B.A.D for you to understand what they are talking about. But if they are talking within themselves, they call it with the original name, which is Awonge, right? And so, how did the name B.A.D now came about? And so I'll be showing you the name B.A.D actually came about because of the railway line that passes through that community. It passes through Kefiwambai, then it passes through that community, right? Which is the Barkin Abdullahi. And so the people that were living there during the railway construction, it is called the Eastern Railway Line that came from Port Harcourt down to Enugu, to Makurdi, to Lafia, and then it goes down to Kafanchan, and then from Kafanchan it divided into two. One went to around Kaduna to Zaria, and the other one went to Jos and terminated around Terminus, if you know the railway line very well. And so during the railway line construction, one of the people, I don't want to call them laborers, but if you allow me to just say laborers. So one of the people that was part of the railway construction had his tent, right? Because they were laborers, they were working. So the person had his tent around where they were doing their railway line. And so just give you example with what is happening today. Let's say the person is a Meshai, right? I'm just giving you an instance. The person's name was Abdullahi, right? And Barki in Hausa means city. And so, because that place was like a terminus where people come around to help in the railway construction, and so there was some kind of commercial activity going on around that place. And so, people will fondly refer to it as they are going to Burning Abdullahi, which is Barking Abdullahi or Abdullahi's tent. Do you understand? So it is not as if the place does not have a name. It has a name, but to make it more precise, to say where they are actually going to, they will now say, okay, they are going to Barking Abdullahi, meaning the city of Abdullahi or the tent of Abdullahi. Although some literatures I read refer to the Abdullahi as a Yoruba man, but then other literatures refer to Abdullahi as one of the Hausa people that came from far north during the railway construction. So depending on the literatures you're reading, some will tell you that Abdullahi was actually a Yoruba man, some will tell you that actually Abdullahi was a Hausa man, right? Going by what I want to believe, Abdullahi should be a Hausa name, not necessarily a Yoruba man. But it can be a Yoruba man that has a Hausa name among his name. So that is how the name Barkin Abdullahi came about. But the original name of that place is Awonge. Also, that place is also referred to as Akiakile. Now, they can also refer to Barkin Abdullahi or Abdullahi's tent as Akiakile because of the white painting of the railway stops that is found in that place, right? And so within the Igons, they can say, I'm going to Akiakile, meaning they are going to where there's a white painting, around the railway stop in Barkin Abdullahi. So that is how the name Barkin Abdullahi came to be. But originally, the name of the place is Awonge. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, please drop a comment, drop a share, or just tell me if you've heard this name before, Awonge or Akiakile. Tell me in the comment section, and if you're hearing it for the first time, I hope you enjoyed it.